Hello everyone, welcome back to my career mode here on F1 22. It's round 3, episode 10 of the F1 career mode that I'm currently doing. We're at Melbourne and this is a fun track to drive on apart from the last couple of corners. I've always enjoyed Australia. It's a track that I get on well with. I enjoy driving around. I'm not particularly brilliant around here, there's no denying that, but I do like the track. Been doing a bit of practice. Qualifying has already been and gone. Feel okay in the car, I've got to say, but there's a couple of tricky areas that I'll point out on the formation lap as to where I'm struggling a little bit. But let's have a look at the start of the grid. So Leclerc, another pole position for Ferrari, Perez in second. See where everybody else is. Looked like the grid was very close. So both Mercedes, a couple of tenths away. The usual suspects in 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th at this point. But we out in Q1 again. I only did one lap actually in Q1 and it was good enough for 18th. Magnussen evidently has a penalty, so we've moved up to 17th position, which is quite good. But yeah, I think I could have done a second lap, but I just felt that the first lap that I did was pretty spot on. I didn't really see how I could improve it, so I didn't see the point of going out again and potentially crashing out. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. 17th on the grid. Not sure what the strategy is going to be around here. I hope it's not the bloody hards again, because I get sick of it. But we'll see. We'll see what the strategy is, shall we? Let's have a look then. So, oh, for God's sake. So always these bloody tyres. What's the rest of the grid doing? They're all on the mediums. I think I'm going to start on the hards but go to the mediums. I'm not going to do what I did in Jeddah. I think what we're going to do is start on the hards, remove the stint, medium tyres, and I think 16 laps on the mediums, 13 laps at the end on the 16 laps on the hard, 13 on the medium. That'll do quite nicely. Car setup, we've got a setup on, which is good for a change. We'll start P17, so let's get this underway. See how bad my launch is this time around. Hope if I had the optimum. Oh my god. What was that? What was that? It was incredible, that. That's the formation lap. I've got my clutch down and it's just rolled forward. Okay.
Okay, so everything looks good on the power unit cycles. So let's concentrate on bringing tyres.
So we're on the hards again. Engineer quiet.
Copy.
I won't tell Mark to shut up because I like Mark, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to this start. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with starts, but you know, I am, and that's something I'm trying to work on. But it's really hard to do that when you're running on the hardest compound. I don't know what C number they're running for the hard tyre at Australia. I don't know if it's C4 or C5, but whatever one it is, it's an utter pile of dirt. That's what I'm going to call it. It's just no grip on it at all. But we get the tyre out of the way and then go on to the medium compound later on, unless there's a safety car, in which case I'll probably just dive in and do maybe a two stops on the soft. Might be an idea. But again, this is another track similar to Jeddah where the soft compound isn't going to have as much of an advantage. Let's say the AI are on hard. The soft compound isn't going to have much of an advantage because it's such a quick circuit now compared to the previous layout. You know, there's those chicanes have gone, and you know the heavier braking zone there as well. So be interesting to see how we get on. But this start's going to be terrible. At least we got ourselves in the right spot for once. Watch me go backwards. Or spin. Ugh. Nothing I could have done. Just nothing I could have. It wasn't that bad actually. Do you know what? I'm just going to watch for the chaos. Ah, Magnussen's cut me off. I was going to go there. Right, so we're down to last. There's a front wing end plate, so I'm not going to be last regardless. It's all carnage all over the place. Oh, let it. Oh dear. I got damage, although I damaged the underbody for doing that. So it's Latifi with damage. Again, I've not driven on this compound in practice, so God knows how this is going to go. Doesn't look like there's any damage so far. Little bit of snap oversteer there. Engineer quiet.
Didn't receive that. Repeat the message. Repeat the message.
Of course you didn't. Engineer quiet.
Confirmed.
Thank you. I got already. So, off for a nice boring first half of the race then. Can't imagine much is going to happen whilst they streak away from me. I noticed you can cut the inside of that corner a little bit more with even on strict track limits, so Magnussen dives one up the inside of Stroll, bit of contact. That was a little bit clumsy. So was that. So Magnussen will have another go. He'll probably get him this time around. Once he gets DRS, he's closer. Well, he won't get DRS down here. Ooh. That was a bit clumsy of me going on the curbs. Magnussen all over the back of Stroll again. Don't know if I'm going to be close enough to see if he shapes a move into the left-right. He's right behind him. He'll have DRS now though. Surprised he took DRS up that section of track. Maybe it was a bit too easy to overtake around there. Australia was always quite a difficult track to overtake on anyway, even in the old format. Yeah, the track was always, it was just a bit narrow, it was a bit bumpy. Didn't see too many overtakes going on around there. Like, how is that corner cutting? Explain that one. I'm going to damage the underbody if I keep running over the exit curbs as I keep doing. Magnus is just glued to the back of that Aston Martin though, who's already 2.4 off the back of Zhou. Whoa, that's gone. I made it 4 laps and it was at the typical point where you would spin. A bit more sensible through there this time. Just going to look to the outside as Magnussen. Oh, I think he's got traction on Stroll and he's through. That was easily done. Okay, I'm gonna, if I run wide and I lose time, I'm gonna flash back if it gives me a penalty, because that's ridiculous. Like, so I've run over the curb, but it doesn't give me a penalty that time. That's what I'm trying to demonstrate. It's stupid again. Of a stupid penalty. Right, anyway, after that demonstration, let's go. Keep clipping that curve, that's what's causing me to slide through there. Got lucky with that. Stroll's already lost the back of Magnussen. I'm going to be within DRS. I've closed that much with the use of ERS. I wonder if he's got damage or something. First ever DRS pass was around Australia. It was Jenson Button, 2012, I think. And I think he was overtaking a Force India. It might have been De Resta. I might be wrong there. But it was definitely Button who overtook someone down the main straight. Again, that's just me being clumsy. Latifi's tyres are shot. So bumpy through that right hander as well, it's really difficult. If you're in the wrong gear, that'll spit you off the corner into the wall. Got the measure of Stroll here though. Well, just wondering whether he's got damage or not, because you know, Vettel's in front of Guan Yu Zhou at the minute, and he's pulling away, so I'm just wondering if Stroll's either struggling or I've just made a couple of mistakes, which is why the gap's over a second, but whether I'm just wondering whether he's got damage or not. Much time you gain with ERS if you use it strategically. Look at that. That's nearly half a second. Look how much time you lose when you act like a tit over the curbs. That's what happens there. I always say something stupid, don't I? And then see, this is what's going to start happening now. I'm just going to keep flashbacking until... see, done that now. There's another one. Flashbacked in the wrong place. This is not exactly a case of exemplary driving, is it? It's just Paul. So Latifi's tyres have gone already. So I don't think the softs are going to be a viable compound for this race. Unless there's a late safety car, and it has to be late. Well, that was lucky.
Okay, Nicholas is in the pits. Nicholas in the pits now.
Friggin' hell, I went on the grass as I went to go around the outside of Stroll, which was clumsy, wasn't it? Right. Cannot wait to get off these tyres. Latifi's now 42nd off the pace. Admittedly, he has stopped twice, but we haven't stopped yet. Here comes Stroll. Is he going to try and make a move at the inside? I wonder if he has got damage. He does seem quite slow. I'm going to try and save as much ARS as I can now, so I'm probably going to be dragging him round for a couple of laps until he pits. Maybe this, maybe the mediums are going off. Alonso's out. That's not good for Alpine. Ooh. Stroll's still keeping up with me. Whoa, there she goes. I knew as soon as I clipped that curve that was it round, and I couldn't save it. Oh, come on, what? No indication that that was going round. Absolutely no, it just went all by itself. Unbelievable. My tyre wear is not exactly bad. I'm not catching those on the mediums though, that's the problem. How am I getting a penalty for losing time on a curb? How is that possible? How does that work out, ladies and gentlemen? How? Unfortunately, I've now just completely lost confidence in going into turn 1. I don't know how to go through turn 1 anymore. Like it's just gone. Stroll's going to come back past me here. Or is he going to wait for DRS? Probably. I just need a lap where I'm just not making mistakes. I don't get this frigging corner, because you put the power down and you think, yeah, it's all good, everything's happy, and then bam. Stroll's now in the pits, so hopefully I can just run to lap 16. I was going to say by myself. Ricciardo's going to hold me up. Unfortunately, Ricciardo ruined my exit, so how am I getting a penalty for that? Come on. Let's see this. Let's have a look. I am off the line. I'm not taking it though. Don't care. I'm not taking that penalty. It doesn't matter if I go onto the mediums, really, to be honest, because I won't catch anyone. Fortunately, we're not quick enough. I'm not even trying to fight Ricciardo. He should have me this time comfortably. Yeah, there we go. Right, we got a cameo in the points again. That's nice. Using a bit of ERS just to get DRS down there. Back straight. How have I got a penalty? Let's watch this one. This is brilliant, this. So I'm having a massive moment. Correct. Penalty. And I'm not No, don't be silly, I'm not taking that. I did tap the wall then, so I wonder maybe my Karma is getting front wing damage. It didn't flash up on my indicator, but that's too deep. Yeah, I forgot Hunty. Just responding to your comment, matey. Yeah. I don't think the penalty system is bad, I just think it's just a bit flawed. I think the system should be able to tell that I was off the throttle. I'm not trying to gain a lasting advantage. But it obviously thinks I did, so like I say, I flashed back. I'm not taking that penalty, it's ridiculous. Oh, I've got just this lap to complete and then I'm off these bloody tyres. See, I was slightly on the throttle then for that. They didn't give me a penalty. Don't take any risks, just get it in the pits. He just put in a comment there saying he got 12 seconds for one corner. Can't even imagine how that works. I think we're going to beat Stroll out here. Quite comfortably as well, actually. Ugh. Problem is there's no grip getting up to speed. Rear tyres are almost there. And now my rears are up to temperature, just about. ERS to pull away from Stroll, though he's using it as well. That's my tyres look good though. Front right was still a bit cold as we turned in, but that'll do. Off we go. Oh, traction, how much I've missed you. Right, let's go. Let's pull away from Stroll, have a fun race by ourselves. We're not going to catch the good cars in front, not a chance. So I run a little bit too wide through turn one and I've just allowed Stroll within a second again. Joe's been stuck behind Vettel all race. It's evident that that Alpha is quicker than the Aston, but he just can't get round him for some reason. Ah! That bloody curb. If I go if I clip the curb on the wheel, on the front right wheel, it just instant spin. But if you clip it like that, you don't get a penalty. Hysterical. It's like Stroll doesn't have any damage and he's just slow. It's unfortunate. Car's like a rocket through here. It's just quite nice actually, because I can just pull away from Stroll and he can leave me alone for the rest of the race. Keep forgetting third gear is a criminal offence in this game if you go near it. I nearly lost it out coming out the final corner. You wouldn't believe that I finished 8th in FP2, would you? Genuinely. Oh, what the flying fajita? Look at look at this. This is amazing. Now this is the most amazing example of a penalty. I've lost the back end. You're corner cutting. How? How? I want to see that from up. So, is there an onboard shot? Can we get an exterior shot of that? Just from the cameras? Yeah, we can. Look at this. So, you're corner cutting. What the heck? Oh, this is amazing. That's amazing, that. Now you see that one is, I get that. And my other two warnings that I got before were genuinely deserving. Did I pick up a double warning for that? We go into the wall. I've used about 1,000,000 flashbacks in this race. Partly, actually, there's no partly. It's just because I'm rubbish. It's just because I'm rubbish at the minute. I have no consistency. Again, another mistake, and this time completely driver error. Look at this, put a wheel on the grass, that's it. Not much going on in this episode. It's just my incompetence exposed. I had an overtake on Stroll and that was it. Oh, and Ricciardo. That's it. I've seen 2 cars pretty much since the race started. And the worst thing is I've just looked at the indicator and there's still 7 laps to go. Bit wide through them. That back end nearly went then. These are currently my hacks, Anthony. That's my hack. I crash out. It's the thing. I explained this to Jordan a while ago. For those that don't know who Jordan is, who's watching this, who's watching on YouTube, because I do have a few people who watch there for some reason. I was saying to Jord that for some reason, and I don't really understand this, when I'm league racing, I don't know whether it's a mentality thing, it might be, but if I'm league racing, it's not often I make a mistake. And I know that sounds strange, considering that all I've done on this career mode since getting into F1 is just spin out a lot. But it is odd, it's a very odd thing. But these are the setup that I'm running is the setup I'll run for the league. That's what I'm doing really. These are all. That's missed an apex. That didn't give me a penalty, so I know where I can run over on that curb. Yeah, JPH99. The current next gen champion of F1 at the moment. Yeah, potentially that's a big part of it, Hunty. It's a good comment. You know, the Williams has really the consistency of a sloppy custard, to be honest. But we aren't really anywhere. Verstappen's just on a 120, 1.3. Our best lap is a 122.6. That's not a bad lap time actually. I'm only 1.3, although admittedly they are on the hards. Maybe if I chuck this, oh no. I was going to say if I chuck the softs I'll go for fast lap point, but I was like no, I'm outside the top 10. No, I'm not crude. Not crude, Anthony. That's miserable. I need to call up Doralton Capital and say, why did you hire me? And then they'll probably go, well, you're quicker than Latifi. I'll be like, yeah, that's probably why. And then I'll say, why didn't you get Albon instead? And they said, well, some idiot selected the wrong driver on career mode. And then that meant we were stuck with him and you. Josh Capito will be just falling about himself thinking, what on earth has gone on here? Yeah, it's a good. I'd say just put a comment there for those that can't see. Say he's running some time trials. What I'd recommend, Anthony, is running race setups rather than time trial ones, because on this game there's definitely a difference between. That's a penalty, apparently. But there is definitely a large difference between the two, and if you run a time trial setup, it's got absolutely woeful tyre wear. So I'd say probably have a look online, look around for some setups. Look for race setups specifically though, because I think the important thing to know with this league, because I'm taking part in 2 leagues this season, RRL and Next Gen. The important thing to know is that because this is a new game and people are still getting used to it, the learning curve has been quite steep. And I think for the first season, as I run awfully wide at the penultimate corner, I think the important thing is just having a consistent setup so that you're not consistently spinning off the track. I've not made any inroads on the 2 in front. Yeah, use them as a guide, always helps you. I just find it weird, I just find it strange that other leagues, I mean, we're not running the racing line in Next Gen this season. I just find it odd that other leagues do, but there's a league in particular that I know of, I won't say what it is, but there's a league there where they're running the racing line, you're allowed the racing line, but you're not allowed to use ABS and traction control, and I think, well, that's rubbish, isn't it, really? Because, you know, you've got a racing line that's telling you where to brake and how to take the corner. Isn't that more of a cheat than using ABS and traction control? I'd rather it be the other way around. I'd rather allow traction control and ABS so that, well, if I had traction control, I wouldn't have had that moment just then. But yeah, I don't know. Strange. It's just a bit odd, I think. Oh. The other thing is I don't get one of the arguments about running the racing line. And people say, "Well, I don't have enough time to practice." It's like, well, why are you taking part in a racing league? I might sound a little bit elitist saying that, but you know, if you're going to take part in a racing league, there are, you know, the casual racing leagues out there, but if you're taking part in something quite serious like the one that I'm mentioning, that I'm talking about but not naming, I just think the argument's daft. It's just kind of like, well, if you're taking part in a serious racing league, then you've got time to learn the tracks. And if you've raced on F1 games long enough, trust me, it won't take long at all to learn the tracks. But that's just me, that's just my opinion. I'm, you know, might be being a bit elitist saying that, but that's what I think. And Joe has still not got past Vettel despite his best efforts. We haven't caught Vettel at all, despite being on the mediums. But 6 seconds worth of time penalty. Stroll's not going to catch us though, that's fine, we're not going to lose a position. Need to keep it tidy on this last few corners. Kept it tidy on those last few corners, that's what he said. You'll always have, just again to answer these comments for those that can't see, you know, time trial will always give you strong pace. If you use one of those setups, absolutely, and in the first few laps you'll be rapid quick. But I find that the tyre degradation soon mitigates all that, and you're just sort of stuck there struggling with tyre wear. Now, pace is good though, and that's always a positive, it's always an encouraging sign. But we've come across the line in 17th place, so yeah, I beat Stroll, who I'm convinced, I don't know, it couldn't have been that slow, surely. Surely he's had damage. Because it just doesn't make any sense why he'd be so to be a pit stop almost behind your teammate. I just don't. Maybe it's, sorry about that, Pierre, but maybe it's just me. Maybe I think that's a bit of an odd one. I don't get why that he'd be so slow compared to Vettel. I know there's the obvious. Oh, Perez won. Good news for him. I thought it was Verstappen actually. But I just find it strange how he was that far off the pace. Maybe the replay will show. Maybe Latifi had damage at the start. I wonder if he's cracked a side pod or something. Maybe he's hit Stroll and that's what's caused it. Most interesting that. But that race was okay. It had a good start and a good end. I had a couple of laps where it was nice and consistent, and then the other laps where it wasn't. But I'm looking forward to my race highlights. It's going to be captivating, the package they're going to put on for me. Right.
So let's review the drivers' standings. Charles Leclerc assumes the lead in the standings.
Charlie Leclerc has got the lead in the drivers' standings. I didn't know Natalie Pinkham was.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our
That's pretty good. Let's have a look at these highlights then. Going to be riveted. I started 17th, I finished 17th, so lights out and backwards we go. That was just, yeah, woeful. Deliberately didn't try and send one up the inside because I just thought I'm on the hard tyres, not worth it. Does Latifi get any? He's side by side with Stroll here. There's a bit of contact. Maybe that's what caused it. Try and look at Latifi's... not Latifi's, Stroll's car, but I can't tell. But running round comfortably in 20th place, trying to get the tyres up to temperature. Lap 14. That's our overtake on Ricciardo. I was on the grass for that, I didn't even know. Wow, that was a better overtake than I thought. But I wasn't trying to fight for the position, I was just, like, he'd slowed me up going through turn 1, so I just took him back. That McLaren carried so much more speed than me through there. Incredible. Highlights include me being overtaken. Lovely. Oh no, I got back past Ricciardo. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Round and round. Still holding on to position. Oh. We've got a cameo in the points. In relation to the other cars, the hard tyre was quite good. When everybody else was on the hard tyre, the speed I had was quite good, and I should have probably started on the mediums in the end. So, you know, unfortunate that the strategy didn't work out the way that I was hoping it would have done. But we finished 17th, quite comfortable, which is good. Perez gets his first win of the season. We're quite comfortably clear of Latifi. My fastest lap was... Bear in mind, Latifi was on the soft. That's quite poor for Latifi. Race director, incidents. It's all me for track limits. Collision with Stroll. I wonder if that's... because it was right at the start. I'm going to just double check here. So let's go on board with Stroll. Let's go on board with Latifi actually. Actually, we can have a look at my terrible start. That was quite brave from Latifi, to be fair. Goes through side by side with Stroll. That wouldn't have caused Stroll to have had damage. Not in the with the damage model on F122. So Stroll was just slow. Cool. Well, that's quite nice. That's quite a nice little surprise. We're quicker than Stroll on merit. And the claim goes up to 4.5. Oh, excuse me. Anthony, I just saw your comment then. I look forward to that helmet, seeing the look of it. That'd be pretty good. Oh good, all of our improvements that we'd initially put in have not worked out for us. But they will come in time for Imola, which is important. So that's okay. They weren't due to come in time for the race anyway, so that's not too much of a problem. That's in development, so we can work on getting those upgraded shortly.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through.
Oh, Ollie, they've come through. Shut up. Right, let's get another durability upgrade on there. What's wearing the most actually on our car? Let's have a little look. 19% on the engine, 14, 23 on the MGU-H, and the turbo, and the gearbox. So maybe It's either the MGU-H or the turbo. Let's have a look. So we can't do the MGU yet. That's unavailable. So let's get the turbo sorted. That'll be in time for Miami. We'll have the best reliability on the grid. You'll never sing that. Right, let's see if we can get the engine upgraded. Will that work? Yep. Just got a trophy for that. So power. Look at the performance increase on that. If we put that on, we'll have the best customer. Well, we do have the best customer Mercedes engine, but it doesn't come until after Miami. Alright, fair enough. Still, that'll help us in a straight line. Maybe that'll help us for later on in the season. Where is the next one? So that's the beam wing for aerodynamics.
Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media.
I've not been asked by the media at all who my rival is. So, upgrades done.
You'll lose a claim if you fail to do so.
We don't have enough R&D points, but if we got the plane wing on, it would put us aerodynamically quite close to Haas. And aerodynamics are going to help us. What track are we not relying on the chassis? Because that's where we are poor at the minute. Let's have a look at the tracks coming up. Canada? Jeez.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us.
A marketing event. What's it say? A lot of F1 fans have you down as one of the what the flying feta is that for a question? A lot of F1 fans have you down as one of the favourites for this year's championship. These fans are absolute idiots for a start. Who do you consider to be your closest rival this season? Not season. I don't know why I said it like that. Lance Stroll or Bastian Vettel? Strantzlol or Sebastian Vettel? I'm going to go with Lance Stroll, I think. Why not? Got me rivalry sorted. Well, I can answer questions. It is my job as an F1 driver, Ollie. Thanks for that, mate. Stroll's a good driver. He's just... I think people don't realise that he is a good driver. You know, and I know that does sound a bit controversial, but there have been worse F1 drivers than him who've been in the sport in the recent years. I think people go, oh, he's got money, and you know, he does have a lot of money, but so does Guan Yu Zhou, who's in F1 at the minute. You know, he's paid 15 million by the sound of it to get his seat at Alfa Romeo, and to be fair to him, he's doing a good job, his Zhou. You know, Stroll's a Formula 3 champion and he beat Max Verstappen. You can't be rubbish if you win it in Formula 3. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Right, we got upgrades in. We got 1,168 points. It's telling me I should go for the chassis upgrade, which is weight distribution. Look how bad our chassis is, Jesus. It's so bad. Like, we're so far. Like, the other teams have got like a stepped gap, right, between each of them. Apart, you know, Red Bull is a bit better than Ferrari, Mercedes, and then there's a gap backwards. But all the other teams are quite close together, and then there's us. It's a massive shunt on that. Right, let's get that done. And I don't have enough points to get the other upgrades in, so we'll just have to grin and bear it. Imola, the next race. I like Imola. I'm not doing either of those things. But in any case, thank you very much for watching. As always, it's been fun, if not exhausting. But in any case, I'll be back again for another race at Imola, which will be very interesting to see how we get on. But as always, thanks very much for watching. Wherever you might be in the big wide world, have a good one. See you soon.